honest versus shallow. Now, there is a difference between shallow prayers and honest prayers. Shallow prayers are honest, but they aren't always effective, like my old junior high prayers. I'd liken a shallow prayer to a list of things we just want, as if we are a child making our Christmas wish list for Santa Claus. There's nothing wrong with asking for the things we want, but those aren't always the most effective prayers. Because, as James chapter 4, verse 3 says, "When you ask, you do not receive, because you ask with wrong motives, that you may spend what you get on your pleasures." An honest prayer is one in which you are willing to sound stupid, say the wrong thing, or admit things out loud that might be embarrassing for someone to hear. When we try and dress up our prayers, we aren't fooling God. More often than not, we are fooling ourselves. The goals of this book. Julie and I have a few different goals for this book. One goal is for these prayers to give you permission to say things to God that you haven't said before. Many prayers were intentionally crafted to express the raw emotion that can accompany motherhood. But raw emotion alone is not always helpful. If we end up there, we haven't done our job. Our other goal in crafting honest prayers is to model what it looks like to renew our minds, Romans chapter 12, verse 2, especially by focusing on gratitude. What I've discovered in my years of walking with the Lord is that something profound happens when I can get out of all the yuck, the honest part, and then refocus my thoughts on biblical truth, the renewing part. It's a great recipe for a heart that God can mold. Our third goal was to make this book a truly communal experience. While Julie and I wrote many of the prayers, we have contributions from Mama Bears from all walks of life and stages of motherhood. We have prayers in here from official Mama Bears who were on our launch team, and even friends and family who made unique contributions. We have prayers from single Mama Bears, adoptive Mama Bears, blended family Mama Bears, and grand Mama Bears. I wanted the prayers to be anonymous, so each person would have the freedom to be personal and specific without having to worry who would listen to the prayer. And though Julie and I edited the prayers to have a cohesive tone, the voices behind them are many, because we are better together. Finally, while I love that people are listening to this book and praying through these prayers, I have a more profound goal, that one day you will not need this book anymore. As you listen to these prayers, my hope is that you will learn how to craft honest prayers for yourself, learning how to speak authentically about where you are, and then intentionally about how you'd like to see God move, specifically and according to His will and character. It's okay if you're not some prayer guru. Everyone struggles with prayer. It's when we give ourselves permission to struggle, and even to fail, that we also find the strength to get back up and try again. An introduction to the sections. Section 1 is near and dear to my heart because it addresses the misconception that it is selfish to pray for ourselves. When women pray, it's often for other people. We pray for our husbands, for our children, for our friends and family. But what about praying for ourselves? Does this make you feel a little uncomfortable? If so, you're not alone, and your reasons are most likely very noble. But I would like to make the argument that praying for ourselves is one of the most important things we can do as Mama Bears. I suspect we believe that praying for ourselves is selfish because we don't know what we should be praying for. When we pray for others, our words often revolve around comfort, peace, success, and health. It feels right to pray this way for others. But asking for our own comfort and prosperity? Well, that just feels a bit gross. Truth is, these aren't necessarily bad things to ask God for. He is a good Father who delights in giving good gifts to His children. Matthew chapter 7, verse 11. But I wonder if praying for ourselves might become more natural if we looked a little further upstream, so to speak.